Just need to be sure that my voice is gonna be talking a little bit lower. Um, so gonna be talking a little bit. Okay. Looks like we are live. All right. Welcome everyone to the 10th episode of the Lucky Charm podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Leah. And of course, I am joined by the special community guest from the Miraculous fandom here, G, aka the Cartoon Hotspot.
Hi everyone.
Oh, this one's going to be a fun one. We are going to be ranking the Miraculous Heroes in a tier list. Yes, another tier list live stream. Let's go. So, um, basically, I'm going to explain a bit how G and I are going to be ranking them. First, first and foremost, the outfit. The outfit just makes sense, if it works for the character or the hero, um, as well as as well as the powers and the concepts that that the miraculous powers, or if they actually relate to the concept. And then of course, how their powers are utilized in various episodes whenever other heroes are called upon. And am I missing anything, G?
And the before and after.
Yes. And and for those, we are aware that season 6 they have unveiled what the heroes look like, in the new art styles. So, in terms of Ladybug, Cat Noir, and and their team of heroes in Paris, we will be ranking them together, and we will be showcasing in the old style and the new style next to each other, and basically rank them together, since some of the characters miraculous outfits got like upgrades and updates in the new animation style. All right, so let's get started, shall we? All right. All right, G. What do you think of Ladybug's outfits? Like, since Ladybug and Cat Noir kind of have like the most out of them, this might take a bit, but let's rank Ladybug's, first outfit, that we know her, that she's well known as, and then like her up upgraded outfit in both the old and the new animation style.
Cool.
Like, what do you think of her like outfit?
Okay, so I feel like out of all of the cast, Ladybug has the plainest one, which is kind of weird to say because it's just, it's a polka dotted red ladybug outfit. So it's not really plain, but I feel like it's very bland.
Mhm.
But I think I know the reason for this, which the fandom had theorized for a while until Thomas Astruc finally confirmed it like years down the line. It's plain because when she first transformed into Ladybug in the Origins episode, she hadn't really decided what her outfit would be. Because it's actually canon that the superhero actually has influence over the outfit. The superhero subconsciously chooses the outfit. And
Mhm.
so her outfit is just kind of plain because she felt like she wasn't really worthy of being a superhero. So she didn't really put much thought into the outfit. So I do
Mhm.
like the concept behind it and the nuance behind it. But in terms of design, I'm going to have to put it in. So it's SABCD, right?
Yes,
I'm going to have to
SAB.
put it in B.
Mm.
It's
I am so I am very curious. Like, does her powers also help with keeping it in B at least? Because even though her outfit is like plain in the original, like, is
Ooh.
that why you decided to put it in B? Because her powers, we all know Ladybug's powers is creation.
Yeah.
Um, and her powers is pretty powerful. We have seen the way Tiki used it in that one episode where sugar rush. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah. Um, mm-mm.
You know what? You
But
make a good point, actually. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. In terms of powers, I think I would put her in A overall. Yeah. I think
mm,
B was a little bit too harsh, solely based on the outfit. But
mm,
overall, like the concept of Ladybug is actually pretty cool, especially when you think about the whole like thought process behind the Lucky Charm.
mm,
Because at first she didn't really have control over the Lucky Charm. It just kind of gave her whatever it gave her.
mm,
But now she has a lot more control over it. She
mm,
can actually think about what she wants to summon in the Lucky Charm. Again, just embodying the fact that she's really embracing her role as the embodiment of creation. Because I think it's in the Miraculous like webisodes. You know, there's like
mm,
YouTube shorts on from Miraculous where it was like Marinette as seen by or blah blah blah. She has
mm,
her own special one where she talks about her powers and how like now she has full control over summoning her lucky charm. And I
mm,
find that really cool. I don't think much people know that, which is a
mm.
shame. But so yeah, I'd put her in A.
Ooh, like the original outfit, in A.
Yes, I'd put her in
Oh,
A.
yeah, I definitely agree. It's like it's plain. It's like I do agree. It's not an S. Like her powers definitely is very mysterious, you know. Um, because as you said before, she had in the beginning, beginning part of the arc, she had no control of the lucky charm of what item it will give her to use to defeat the Kumitai's villain. So she always had to like look around her environment to figure out how to use this item, but now but now she's gotten at better control of like, oh, sometimes, like she can actually summon the item that she needs. So yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely an S. I mean A. My bad. Mm-mm. All right. So this one, yeah, we'll definitely rank this upgraded version of her outfits. And for those, this actually appeared both in the old and the new animation. So I'll show this on this screen of like what do you think like what do you think of like this upgraded part of her outfit? Like what do you think of this,
I
in
think
the old and new?
I think I definitely prefer it in the new animation.
Mhm.
Um, I like the design's not that much different, except for
Mhm.
like the top half of it, where yeah, I feel like the top half definitely feels a little bit more creative.
Mhm.
And I also like the tips at the end of her pigtails. Um, those are really nice. But again, I feel like overall, compared to the rest of the heroes, even her upgraded design feels a little, I don't
Mhm.
know, it feels kind of lackluster, which is crazy because we know Marinette is a designer and
Mhm.
she should have the best outfits.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
yeah, it's not bad. I actually prefer the upgrade compared to her plain suit from seasons 1 to 3.
Mhm.
And I prefer her new outfit in the new animation. So I'm also going to put that in A, which seems a little
Mhm.
harsh, but yeah, I do like her upgrade. I do think the idea behind her getting the upgrade in season 4 when she learned that her powers of creation has no limits. I think that was really cool.
Mhm.
And hence she got that upgrade. Yeah, I really like that idea. So I'm going to put it in A.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like she definitely needed an upgrade,
Oh
to her.
yes.
Like she really needed it because the plane, it's like, as you said, this is like an evolution of her character arc because, as you said, Thomas Stroop revealed it years later that like, oh, the holder has the power to choose, um, um, their outfit, when they transform. So as you said in the beginning, Marinette has like this overarching character arc of like, okay, she's embracing being a hero, and then of course Master Fu decides, oh yeah, you'll be the next person in line to be the new to be the new guardian of the miracle box. And and of course in season 4, like she was struggling really bad, with like trying to maintain, you know, like she has to learn how to be the new guardian, and as you said, I kind of like how this change of outfit kind of shows her evolution now, where she's like, okay, I fully accept this role, but she still struggles, as we see. She still struggles, because she was guided by Master Fu, and then now she's kind of like, okay, I have to embrace this role that I was given, and it's a huge burden, because that's a lot of powerful miraculouses you gotta guard, you know.
Hmm.
So I definitely agree. Like, her new outfit looks a lot better in the new animation style. Like the red tips on her hair, it adds a little nuance, you know. It adds some interesting aesthetic, because I was like, when I saw the upgrade form, I was like, it's all right, but I was like, okay, the red tips actually adds makes it really nice, much nicer, you know. So yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely an A. Um, in overall, because like at least this outfit, it really shows her growth as a character. Who knows, maybe we might end up getting another upgrade, in the future. Ooh, okay. Next is Lady Noir. There is no version of this in the new animation as of yet, but we'll just judge it just from the old animation. What did you think of her Lady Noir outfit?
Okay, I really like Lady Noir's outfit. I really do. It's not that different, like in terms of I still think it's pretty plain, but I feel like for the black cat it suits to be plain.
Hmm.
And I do like the touch of her having the long braided hair. I think that
Hmm.
was really cool. I don't think a lot of people realize this, or maybe they have, but when she first put on the ring, she actually put it upside down.
Hmm.
So people theorized that that's why her braid got got longer instead of the belt, which is what Cat Noir has. Like Cat Noir's tail is his belt, whereas Lady Noir's tail is her hair. I guess. Um, yeah, no, I really, really like Lady Noir's outfit, probably more than her original, like the Ladybug suit.
Hmm.
Um, However, it's so sad that I don't quite like Reflector, which is the episode she debuts the outfit. But that's a story for another day.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it was I think the concept of them swapping miraculouses works better, would have worked better in like season one. I don't think it made sense at all for them to have that episode in season three.
Yeah. Like it could have been an introduction in season 2,
Yeah.
because like season 1 was kind of just them coming into their own as superheroes, that's like their introductory season, where it's like, villain of the week, right? A monster or villain of the week, and then we have that origins episode to give us more context of why Marinette and Adrian were like chosen. um But yeah, definitely it should have been in like season 2, because that's where, they introduce, 3 new heroes, Carapace, Queen Bee, and Rena Rouge. So I kind of felt like they should have did that. I do agree. Like it was kind of a little bit weird they did it in season 3. It could have the episode could have worked better as a season 2 episode. Um because they did introduce like the power-ups in season 2. Um so I'm not sure why the swapping thing took until like season 3. um but yeah, but I kind of find it interesting that like when Marinette used the cat miraculous, it felt, I don't know, it felt like natural to her.
A little too natural.
Like, it was interesting because it's like, I know you said in your video about the parallels and how Adrian and Marinette mirror each other, but I was like, how was she able to use that staff weapon? Like, I was just like, she's never used it before, so that part was a little off to me. Like at least like, when we get to talk about wait, what was Adrian's like ladybug persona name?
Mr. Bug?
Okay, yeah. You're like, at least with him, he struggled on how to use the yo-yo at least, where it's like, how is it Marinette was able to use that staff weapon like, easily?
That's why I don't like I that's why I just don't like that episode because I feel like it made Marinette look like she was perfect at everything, which in some cases she does have to be good at using all the miraculous and she eventually does become the guardian. But I feel like the purpose of that episode was to show them struggling in each other's powers. And Marinette did struggle using Cat Noir's powers, but it wasn't clear enough, so the audience didn't quite grasp that. Like you mentioned in the parallel, the video that I made about them paralleling each other, and also why they're the respective holders of each miraculous that they have. Marinette, takes her time. She thinks and she creates and she um, delegates her plan. Whereas sometimes Adrian doesn't have to think because to be the holder of the Black Cat Miraculous, your task is to protect the Ladybug Miraculous because she's the one that can repair the Akumas and all of that. So
Mhm.
with Marinette in the episode, she does hesitate using her powers sometimes, and in other times where she's supposed to calm down, she just uses Cataclysm on the Senti Monster, which she's never seen Adrian do before.
Mhm.
So she just thought, okay, let me cataclysm the senti monster. So in other words, she was too reckless with the power of destruction, whereas Adrian actually understands the implications of using such a reckless power. That's how
Mhm.
Marinette struggled. But again, it
Mhm.
wasn't too clear in the episode because not many people caught that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because I know you mentioned, G, that like in order to use the Black Cat Miraculous, you need to be sure that your intention of using it because that power is very dangerous. Literally Master Fu has mentioned to Plague of his like shortcomings of causing natural disasters in history with his powers. Um, but yeah, like, because as you said, it was very unclear that, we didn't really see it. We saw it more with Adrian, if anything. Adrian was struggling to use like Ladybug's powers, because literally like she had to give pointers on how to use it. And then he's like, okay, now I see why you're a ladybug, you know, right when, but but how would you rank her, Lady Noir?
I put it I put it in B.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like her outfit is like it's really nice. I like the braids, but but I do have to take into account, as you said, she was a lot more reckless than Cat Noir, a lot more reckless. Because yeah, it's gonna be safe for Adrian for me as Cat Noir. So definitely B. I definitely agree. All right, let's talk about Cat Noir.
Okay. I absolutely love everything about Cat Noir's suit. Like, I love how it's so simple, but it's so effective at the same time. Sometimes less is more, and I think that works especially well with Cat Noir's suit because like the whole concept of his design and like his powers and everything. Ugh, just I love it. I love the fact that he's the sheltered boy, and then becoming Cat Noir is sort of his escape. And then when he first transforms into Cat Noir, he actually picks his outfit. Like it's that rush of excitement, and he picks his own outfit. And even
Mhm,
though his outfit is quite plain, it makes sense that it's a simple
mhm,
outfit because Adrian hasn't really had time to explore his style. As crazy as that
mhm,
sounds, because he's a fashion model, or was a fashion model. So
mhm,
you would think he would know his style, but he doesn't. And yet,
mhm,
this simplistic suit suits him so much. It has a bit of an edge to it, like that sort of. I'm not going to say bad boy persona, but like that, edginess to him that we don't really see in his civilian form.
mhm.
Also down to the concept, like yeah, like I love his suit. I love his hero design. I love like the powers of destruction, all
Mhm.
everything put into this design. I'm gonna give it an S.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree. It's like, because I know when we look at, like, it's still fairly the same when you look at the old and new right here. I'm just gonna show you, audience, for those who are unaware. They have unveiled what the new versions of the heroes are. But yeah, like they kept it fairly the same, in the new art style. Even though some people are kind of like, how come his hair is not as defined? Which I totally understand, the fans, because we're used to this hairstyle, where it's like more out. um but yeah, like it's as you said, like the Black Cat Miraculous, I kind of feel like the outfit doesn't really need to be super complex, you know, because literally, like, I love how his belt is like the tail. I find that very clever. And then I like how he has like the gold bell right there. And then and I think what's really interesting is that I'm not sure if you noticed, G, like, I forgot which episode it was. They actually showed that his ears can actually move and probably can sense.
Yes.
And I like that added extra detail. So because
Season
like,
one was where their powers were a lot more defined. They definitely had a lot more individual powers. Like he had night vision as
mhm,
well in like stormy weather, and then we never see that power ever again.
mhm.
um, he had yeah, his ears could move. He actually, could hear with his ears. I don't know, it was really cool. I also really like the new design, like the extra details, but again, it's still not too flashy. Like there
Mhm,
is a bit of silver now on his
mhm.
design, and he has a paw like print at the back of him. Like obviously we can't see it from this picture, but if
Yeah.
you pause certain episodes of season 6, you can actually see the paw design, which I think is super super cool.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like you said, like they kept it, mostly fairly the same, but with just a little bit of silver. And silver gray is a very great compliment, to black, you know?
Yes.
So I definitely agree. Cat Noir and S. Like, and it's interesting. It's interesting with it because I know there was that episode Kudo Neko, I think, and then Plag kind of talks about, oh yeah, you didn't really think about it. You just turned into this cat noir. like Plag just casually just explains, this is how you came up with this outfit. um, but yeah, definitely agree. Cat Noir's an S. All right, Mr. Bug.
Um, okay, Mr. Bug. Straight away, I'm going to put it in. Actually, I would put it in B, but I feel
Ooh.
like Mr. Bug definitely redeemed himself in the
Mhm,
episode where he makes his return. So I think that was the season 5 episode, Passion. Yeah, that
mhm,
episode where he has to like save Natalie or something. I think that was his best episode, and I think that episode was definitely a better introduction to Mr. Bug than Reflecto.
mhm.
In
Uh,
terms of his design, it's cute. There's nothing really like special about it that makes it stand out. Like he looks adorable in the ladybug suit, and his hair is the same as it
yeah.
was in his cat noir form. I
Mhm.
do like that aspect actually. That he kept that the same. So I'm gonna put it in A.
Oh, yeah. Like, I definitely agree. It's like we've seen his struggle in the debut episode, but as you said, he did redeem himself. Because as I mentioned, in when we were ranking Lady Noir, at least he struggled. We've seen the struggle that, like, oh my gosh, how do I use this yo-yo? Like he actually struggled. And then literally Lady Noir had to give him, like, oh, this is how you use this power. So, but as you said, he did redeem himself. I definitely agree. It's definitely an A. Like his outfit at least is not as plain as Ladybug, from just her plain like red and black polka dots. So I definitely agree. It's an A. Ooh, okay. I think this is Adrian's ass pick, right? If
Yes.
I don't know why ass pick was the name.
I'm sorry, this is going straight into D. I hate Aspect's design so
Yeah, it's I don't know. It feels like it's a worse version of Hogmoth.
much. I don't know, it felt like a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. Like, the thing is, I don't even hate the idea of Adrian using the snake Miraculous. I think it was Desperado, yeah, season 3. The episode itself wasn't a bad concept. I just think, I don't know, something about that episode doesn't hit right for me. It's probably my least watched episode.
Mhm,
Um, yeah, I haven't watched that episode in like God knows how long. I don't know. I like the idea of like Marinette picking Adrian, even though Luca was the right choice for that specific scenario.
mhm,
And she gives him the snake miraculous, and Adrian wanted to impress Ladybug because that counts as a Ladrian moment. He
mhm,
accepts, even though like he is better suited for the black cat
mhm,
miraculous. In that moment, Adrian, who's usually very selfless, kind of becomes a bit selfish,
ooh,
and we actually see him sort of like misuse and abuse the power of second chance.
mhm,
And I do like that aspect of him because like you could be really good in one miraculous and understand the implications of that specific miraculous, but completely misuse another one, and that's completely fine. That shows layers and flaws, and so it
mhm,
just shows that Adrian was just not the right person for that miraculous because he just kept misusing the power of time. Timing
mhm,
is very important, and I think
mhm,
yes, with second chance, you're gonna have to use it over and over again to get it right. We've seen Luca use it over 100 times in a specific scenario. I think it was in the
mhm.
episode Ephemeral.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I don't know how to word this because I feel like the episode was a little bit shaky. But
Mhm. Yeah,
It's
like
just it's just the fact that he couldn't really grasp it and he kept failing and failing. And I'm pretty sure he says it in the episode like I've been trying for months, but every single situation and
it gets very messy. Um, so I think, as you said, like, oh, the holder needs to be someone who it's basically someone that shouldn't that shouldn't be a natural thing. And everything. And I kind of feel, that Luca was the much better choice because he at least observes. As you said, Adrian does showcase recklessness, as pick, and as you said, he doesn't grasp the concept, you know, that like, hey, it's like you need to make every chance count, if you know what I mean. You know how as I said, like dealing with, but man, it just feels like a worse version of Hogwarts. I'm sorry. It's just like I get, it's covering his hair, so no one would be able to recognize him as easily, but it's like, I'm sorry, that outfit just does not work with Adrian. It just feels weird. Um I definitely agree. It's definitely on D because we'll also take into account he was reckless with the power, as you said
yes.
Desperada episode. He used it more than in a month. Is that what you said?
He used it, yeah,
Or
he said like I kept failing for months every single time I use second chance. I've been trying for months. I can't remember the exact wording, but he did imply that he's been using second chance for a really long time. And I'm
Mhm.
like, boy, like after the first 5 attempts, I would have just given up.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's kind of, outfit is bad. He was reckless with the power. He didn't really understand the concept of how to use, you know, it could also be that he was like probably you need to observe first, and that's what Luca has over um way Luca uses it, especially in Wishmaker. It's like, okay, we need to do this differently. So he was just because if I was in his shoes, I would observe, just like Luca,
Yes.
because because when you need to observe your opponent, how their powers work, because to be able to figure out a solution instead of just like keep pressing it all the time. It's like, no, 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 this power is not like a video game, you know. um like, it could be he was using it as, like, playing as a video game, because when you play in a video game, you have, like, so many chances now, you know? Like, back in the day, they used to have lives on a game, but now they took that out. It's like, "Oh, I have multiple chances. I don't have to worry about lives anymore." Um, but yeah, Adrian was just very, very reckless with this power. Um, what was what episode was this one used in?
Was this season 3 finale, Miracle Queen? Um,
Oh, okay,
I
got
don't I think his name is Snake Noir.
Snake Noir. Got
Definitely a better upgrade than his aspect suit, and I think it's because it's merged with the Black Cat Miraculous.
mhm,
Um, there's nothing really special about this. He actually uses the power of the Snake Miraculous a lot better here.
mhm,
But I don't think it's that memorable. I feel like when think of, unifications, I don't think of Snake Noir immediately.
mhm,
So I'm gonna put it in C. Not because it's like bad or anything, it's just because I don't find it that memorable. And I think it only lasted for about 5 minutes in the episode. So
mhm,
it just I feel like it was just kind of there to create sort of some sort of like reaction from the audience, and then
mhm.
we brush past it really quickly.
Yeah, it's as you said, it's kind of more of like a surprise factor more than anything. So yeah, definitely a C on my end. I agree. Trying to think who's this. I I'm trying to remember who was the it
Wait, your
has to be
cursor's oh, I think that is wait, who is that? I think that is that the guy from the flashback episode?
it may seem like it. I
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but let me oh no, he's right here, this one.
Oh, okay. Then I have no idea who that is. That might just be an old Black Cat Miraculous holder from like the medieval period.
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking that too. I guess let's just judge by the outfit because we don't really know much, about this about this user.
Um, I think he's wearing armor.
Yeah, it kind of
And at
looks
the
like
time, that makes sense. Yeah.
mhm.
This feels harsh, but let's just put him in D because we don't know anything about him.
Yeah, like I like that they want to keep with the theme of like, previous holders from different eras, which makes a lot of sense why this user was wearing like knight armor, you know. So I but yeah, as you said, we don't know much about him. I don't know who this is. I
Me
hope it's
neither. I'll be so honest. I have no idea who that is either.
yeah, we'll just put this in D because we don't really know who this is. Um, oh, I'm trying to remember what episode this one was in.
Hmm. I think. Hmm. She's either from episode season 5 the um the flashback episode Reunion, or
Mm,
she's from season 3, the episode Feast. I doubt it's season 3 though. I'm just looking at the animation. It does look very SAMG. Um,
mm,
I think this is when Alia and Marinette are in the museum and they're talking, and she's like, "I need to like speak to one of the holders," and she's deciding which holders to speak to because
mm,
there are a bunch of like ladybug holders, but she eventually decides to speak to Joan of Arc.
mhm.
I have no idea who this person is though.
Yeah, like, yeah, because like, I don't exactly remember which episode this was from either, but I, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what this user's outfit is fully, because I think they don't show the full outfit according to this. So I can't really tell if they're wearing a dress or, onesie, like most superheroes. Yeah, I probably put this in D because I don't really know their full outfit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely a D. Um, oh, this is a previous, I guess, peacock holder. Um, very, oh, this is like in that book, I think. What do you think, G?
Um, ooh. Wait, so which peacock holder? Is it just a previous peacock holder? Or was this when Master Fu was the peacock holder?
I think it was like a previous peacock holder. I think this one is Master Fu, this one.
Oh, got you.
And
Okay. I'm not quite sure what's behind this peacock holder, like what's standing behind him, because I see green, blue, purple, pink, and red.
mm-hmm.
Um, and the image is like not that big,
Yeah, yeah.
so I can't judge his outfit. But I'll put him in C because it does look like a very interesting outfit.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah. It's like it's not bad, but it's like it's kind of hard to tell what their entire outfit is if they're like wearing pants and they have like a cape behind. Yeah, definitely a C. Oh, man, this one's very hard to tell what this is. It's supposed to be a previous bee holder, but I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Um,
I think that's from the grimoire because I think that's Gabriel just kind of flicking through the pages of the grimoire.
mm,
Um, I can't tell either.
I'm sorry. I'm sure your outfit is amazing, but we can't see it because it's just like I think it was like a quick animation thing, right? When Gabriel was going through the grimoire. Um, Mm. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, holder, previous holder. We just can't see you properly. Um, this is probably a previous butterfly holder. Um, I could. I don't know how to feel about this previous holder's outfit.
Yeah, it looks a bit because they said the miraculous are used for good intentions and not for evil, but this previous holder looks kind of evil. I don't know, like the
Mm,
outfit. I can't see much of the outfit, but it does look really elaborate for a butterfly holder, which I guess is a good thing because most of them have been evil in the past.
hmm.
I'd put it in C just because I can't really see much of the outfit.
Yeah, like because for all we know, it could probably be a very busy outfit, you know? But just but since it's probably just like a short animation, where we don't get full detail, yeah, it's definitely a C. Oh, okay. This one's a previous Fox holder.
Ooh,
This
okay.
this one really gives me like ninja vibes.
It
Like
does.
the way they're posing.
Yeah, I actually really like this one. I do remember what this one looks like from memory because I think it was Lila that was flicking through the pages and she kind of pauses for a while on one of them. Um, the Fox Miraculous holder from the past looks very elusive, and I quite like that because it ties in well into the themes of, deceit and illusions and all of that stuff.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah,
I
like
like
it.
that. Yes, I put it in A. Sorry to cut you off, by the way. I put it in A.
Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely an A because is it usually it actually fits the theme of the fox because aren't foxes like sneaky and sly, you know? That's usually how foxes are portrayed in media too. So, yeah, definitely an A. Very, very solid outfit. Yay, we finally got a previous holder that's in the higher ranks. Uh, I do not know about these three, and I don't remember seeing these three.
I don't. Have we even seen these people?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. We're just gonna skip those. I'm sorry, I don't know who these three are.
Yeah, we've literally never seen them before. They look like they're in New York, but I've no idea. No, I don't even think we've seen them.
Yeah. All right. How about Alia as
Ooh,
Rain?
okay.
And then let me
Alia
scroll
Caesar. Okay, her
here.
outfit hasn't changed
Mm-hmm.
much. I don't even think it's changed.
Mm-hmm.
And no, she has a lot more black on her outfit than in the previous, but
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't changed much, no. And I think that's okay because I don't think there was anything wrong with her previous style. I think it's fine. Do I prefer Lila's fox outfit over hers? Absolutely. I think it just works better. But for Alia, I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
And
I have to say I love the way that her hair looks in the new animation as Rena Rouge. Like it looks
yeah,
more smooth, you know, like you know when people dye their hair and they kind of have like tips of like of a different color on their hair. That's what it gave me, and the new animation makes it a lot more smoother. Because here it looks a little rough, you know, when you look at her old style of Rena Rouge. But here it looks a lot more smooth and a lot more natural. Cause see, you can see a bit of like orangish right there to her like brown reddish hair. And I think that's like an extra cool detail that they added. I'm very curious, what do you think of the way she utilizes her powers? Like, do you think she uses it in a, you know, it, do you think she uses her powers wisely? I'm very curious on your
I
take.
think I think out of all of the miraculous holders, I think Alia has the best understanding of her powers. I think I mentioned this in my revelation analysis video, but the dichotomy between Alia, who's someone that values telling the truth and exposing the truth, but
Mhm.
also being someone that is the fox holder, and foxes represent deceit and illusions and everything. She carries the power of illusions. I think that contrast is very interesting, and I think Alia understands that. I think it goes back to the whole theme of Miraculous Ladybug. The miraculouses are meant to be used for good intentions, but they can be used for bad if in the wrong hands. And illusions and deceit is in general a negative, a bad power, but Alia uses it for the
Mhm.
right reasons.
Mhm.
And I think she demonstrates that understanding very well. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I just love
Absolutely.
her powers.
Yeah, like I do agree. I feel like she uses her power very responsibly. Um, because especially I think what was interesting is that I know like what was the episode? I think it was Revelator, like in season 6. Sorry for spoilers. Please go watch season 6 for those who haven't watched it. But that episode really hits with Alia. Like as you said, she wants to, you know, expose, she wants to be truthful, right? You know, since she wants to be a reporter when she gets older. You know, she wants to state the facts, the truth, but her powers, it's kind of like, I have to like use my powers of trickery and, you know, because illusions is basically a form of like manipulation, in other media. But Alia is like, I need to be sure I use this power responsibly, because this power can be used for evil, which is pretty obvious that we've seen in season 5. But as I said, I do agree. I would probably put this in like S because she looks pretty snazzy in the new animation. If we put the new animation and her, and also the fact that she uses her powers responsibly. What do you think, Chi?
Completely agree with you. I think I'd put her in S as well.
Yeah, because she is someone who uses her power responsibly, and Revelator just proves it. And she's like, the fact that she literally berated Marinette in that episode, and then she's like, I hate lying. I'm like that hit hard. Like Carrie Keranen, man, she just nailed that line delivery. Oh, okay, okay. This is Uncanny Valley, right? If I
Yes.
remember. Okay.
Um, I don't.
I think it's oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I think we're about to say the exact same thing.
Um, I'm a little mixed on this because, like, I get what they were going for, that she's like a robot, you know? But at the same time, I just don't know if that robot part of her translates to her like civilian form. Like, it's kind of like, it kind of threw me off because I was like, who is this character? And then it's like, whoa, her civilian form is way different. Um, so like I'm kind of like neutral on it. Like she's not bad in any means in terms of like her, civilian form, but like her what she turns into from the civilian form is like, it's very interesting. Um, but I kind of like how she actually has like boosters on her, I think on her feet, which I find's pretty cool.
I do
Um,
find that pretty cool as well.
all right, G, how about you?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, I have mixed feelings about this. Not because of her design or anything. I think her design's fine, ish. And I don't know. Something about it. I mean, she isn't a miraculous holder, so she's in a category of her own. But I don't think there was anything really special
Mm,
about her. Like she
mhm.
just like what powers did she have? I don't
Um,
remember her powers. Like yes, the
uh,
boosters on her feet were really cool, and the third eye where she can blast lasers were also really cool, but they're quite generic.
I think the other thing, she can identify people based on their voice, I think. Because literally like Marinette when she's like, Marinette, do Pan Chang? And she's like, oh no, you got the wrong person. And she's like, oh, it's like, your outfit is to deceive humans. I am not human, so she's able to identify, I guess, based on the person's voice, which I think is pretty helpful, if you're trying to track down someone. I think that's a helpful ability, I guess.
That is true. I do like the twist that she isn't human. I don't think we actually find that out until she says it.
Mm,
Um, no, no, we do, because she uses her powers in civilian form
mhm.
way before that. But yeah, the twist of her like knowing, figuring out that Marina and Adrian are Ladybug and Cannibal, that was actually pretty cool. Um, yeah, okay. The
I think what's interesting is like, oh, but you know our identities. I can just erase it from my memory. I'm like, thank you. I don't think it's wise for her to have that data in her, like, I guess in her, like, guess microchips. Yeah, I definitely say B because B is more than neutral. It's like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. If that's kind of how I feel about it.
yeah,
Oh, I do not know this
I don't know
hero.
who that is.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put it right here because we don't know this. Oh, is this the guy with the doors? I think.
Yeah,
I think it's an interesting ability. I think his outfit's just bland though. It's like I get it because he's supposed to be like a person who uses doors and creates portals. Oh, go to this area. I think it's like a great way to evacuate people. I kind of feel like that's his power is most useful for, but as like an everyday thing and stopping regular like villains, I don't think it's that helpful, if you know what I mean.
I think it's basically just the teleportation power.
Yeah,
Nothing
exactly.
interesting about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I would put this in C, at least for like, think about it. His power is very useful if you're going to evacuate from like maybe like a natural disaster or something. You
Yeah.
know, I would put it in C. What do you think, G?
I agree because like just because it's like not so useful for fighting villains, I think not every power needs to be useful for fighting villains. I think, like you said, evacuating civilians out of harm's way is
Mm.
just as important, if not more. So, I'd agree. I put it in C as well.
Yeah, because I know in superhero like movies, and cartoons, we see that like there's always some form of collateral damage in the environment and since and innocent people get involved because the villains decide let's attack like a whole populated area and cause some collateral damage, because that's literally what they do. Yep, but like his power is not fully useless, but it kind of just fits more if there's like a natural disaster and evacuating people is probably mm. All right. Jade Turtle, which is Master Fu's form for the Turtle Miraculous.
Um, I like the design. I didn't even know his name was Jade Turtle, so that's something new.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw much of him. Like he literally fights Hawkmoth for like 5 minutes, and then he gets kidnapped, and then that was it. Obviously, because he's
Mhm.
quite old, so I'm not like saying like, oh yeah, like he. um, I don't know. There's nothing really special about
Yeah.
it to me. I did think it was cool seeing him transform, though. I think that was pretty cool. That did shock me in the season 3 finale.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because as you said, he's like in very elderly age, so like he was fighting against like an adult man. And usually adults are at their prime, when they're like still a little bit younger, because literally
yeah,
ways it's like master, be logical here. You're too old to be like, taking on the role of a hero, right? Um so I would say probably C, at least because the outfit like makes up for it. Like, sure, it's like it wasn't his proudest moment, but he is like elderly, and he's not at his prime anymore. So I would say like C because at least the outfit kind of saves it for me. Like he looks nice.
yeah.
Oh, I do not know who this is.
Me neither.
Okay, I'm sorry. If it's ones we don't know, we're not going to rank them. Sorry, everyone. Um, oh, okay, wait. Okay, let's rate Faye for this one. That's the concept version, so we're not gonna rank that one. Let's rank Faye right here since she was next anyways. Okay, I have to say I like the prodigious. The prodigious is like an interesting like counterbalance to the, you know, it it's like an interesting counterbalance to the miraculouses.
hmm
Um, and I think that like what I love about it is that Faye learns, she's kind of like in the same like just as Ladybug because I remember like she was able to transform to the other animals except the dragon, but then she realized that she needed to let go of her notions of revenge in order to turn into the dragon for the prodigious. And it's very similar to Marinette as Ladybug it took her a while to like, okay, because as we know, as we both mentioned when we were rating Ladybug, it took her a while to like finally summon items that she does need. Because as you said, she had no control of what item came out. Like probably the first 3 seasons, I think I would say that she didn't really have any control of how to summon an item, you know, of what she needed. She just had to like, okay, I'm gonna have to just figure out how to utilize this item that my Lucky Charm gave me. And then it's the same with Faye. Like she learned how to automatically use the other ones at least, but the dragon was the thing she needed to unlock the most because the dragon was the most powerful in the prodigious. Um, and I have to say, I like her outfit here. It's very fitting. I like how she gets like red hair. Like, I think the red hair is a lot better than yellow.
Yeah,
um,
me too.
like I love the reds, the yellows, and of course her transformation sequence is so fluid. Wouldn't you agree, G?
I do. I think it's one of the most fluid transformation sequences that we've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the old animation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say I don't like the blonde, and I like the red, but I feel like it's a bit too flashy. I think if they
Mm-hmm.
just stuck to a simpler color, like her natural hair color, which is black, I think that would have been better.
Mm. Interesting. But so you think her natural black hair would be a nice complement to the reds and yellows?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting. Overall, how would you rate Faye as Lady Dragon?
I put her in A.
Yeah, I definitely agree. A, like, because we have to take into account like it took her a bit to figure out how to access the dragon, so that definitely plays a part in it. Oh, here is Master Fu as the peacock. I don't even remember if he even gave himself a name when he used the
No,
peacock.
he didn't. Like, because that miraculous was not meant for him. So he just
Mhm.
uses it for his own purposes, which I do understand because he was like a 12-year-old, probably younger, 12-year-old boy, and he was just
Yeah.
hungry. And like, that's insane.
Mhm.
Making a kid sit and guard the miracle box for 24 hours without food and without seeing your family. That's
Yeah.
absolutely appalling. um,
Mhm. Y-
his
Yeah.
design looks kind of. It's I feel like the peacock design, there's only so much you can do with the peacock miraculous because most of the designs have been very, very similar.
Mhm.
Like Felix, Master Fu, Natalie, they all have the same sort of design, just a little bit differentiated depending on who's wearing it. But I do really
Mhm.
like his design. I just don't think Master Fu suits the Peacock Miraculous. So I'll
Mhm.
put him in either B or A.
Mm. I probably put him in B because he did, when he was a kid, he did incidentally cause the destruction of the what's that temple? Well, I forgot what the name of the temple was.
Cool.
Um
They don't actually have a name of the temple. It's just a temple, the miraculous temple in
okay.
Tibet.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I would put him in B because but at the same time Master Fu did have regrets now that he's like elderly and he looked back on it that like it's my fault that the temple was burned down. And then of course we learn about it in Feast where he's like, I summoned this beast, you know. So I would put him in B. Like the outfit's not bad, but he was reckless, and he did say that he regret. That was like his biggest regret. Um, because as we saw in like Sandboy, right? Remember Sandboy's ability? Like he can make your nightmare come true, and that is something that haunted him, you know. So I would put him in B because he was reckless with it. as I said. um
Day, I still don't know why he didn't retrieve the Amok. And he even acknowledges it himself. He's like, I should have just retrieved the Amok instead of running away. But I
yeah.
do okay. Maybe I guess you can chalk it down to like him just panicking and not knowing what to do, and he just I don't know. I can't imagine like a 12-year-old boy just destroying a whole temple,
Yeah.
destroying
Be, be,
people's lives, and then running
yeah.
away. How would you like survive in like Tibet is in a region near China, I believe.
Mhm.
So he just runs away at age 12, doesn't even say goodbye to his parents, and a
Mhm.
12-year-old boy is just traversing the world. Like that is absolutely insane to me. It kind of reminds me of like Avatar Aang when he ran away from the temple. In fact, it's
Mhm.
actually reminding me a lot of that.
Mhm.
That yeah,
Yeah.
that's Master Fu's story is really sad, unfortunately.
Yeah, because as you said, like they had like very strict traditions and rules that they had to abide. And it makes sense why when you think about it why the guardians only allowed adults to use the abilities, you know? Because I kind of feel like that's another reason too. Because kids, they can be reckless, you know. Kids sometimes they don't really think, and sometimes their emotions overwhelm them. As you said, Master Fu, he panicked, and he had that regret for a long time, and he's like, I should have just retrieved the amok, and then that would have prevented the temple from being destroyed in the first place. So I think that also explains why the guardians only preferred to give the miraculouses to adults, at least because at least when you're like adults, when you're an adult, you're at your prime and you can think logically, at least. Meanwhile with kids, like I said, kids can be overwhelmed by emotions, and then sometimes, in the case of Master Fu, he panicked. So I kind of feel maybe that's why he wasn't really thinking, so I don't remember seeing this one.
Um, she no, I did. Oh, okay. So she's not from the show yet,
Oh.
but she was released on Twitter
Oh,
by
okay.
I think one of the artists or something. I don't. I just remember seeing it from Twitter, and she's one of the I think she's the Japanese
Oh,
miraculous holder from like
uh,
years ago. She's one of the previous holder, but from Japan.
gotcha. I guess we could rank her.
Yeah, she's pretty. I think we might be getting a special. I don't remember because it was like 2 years ago we saw these images released. Like I do know there is a miraculous holder from Mexico or something like that. Um like a previous ladybug holder from like Mexico or something. Um yeah, I think that might be the one you're hovering over.
Yeah.
But I think this Japanese one, I think I really like her design. Like I really,
Mm.
really do like her design.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just for the design alone, because we don't know her name, I'm pretty sure
Mhm,
her name was released, but I just can't remember it. I'm gonna put
mhm.
her in A.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like I like the compliment of like the red being like a jacket, and then like the black is the pants. I think that's another clever way, yeah, definitely an A. I have no idea who this is.
Oh, okay, I remember that. That was at the very beginning. It's not actually a miraculous holder. I don't know why that's there. But it's from when, when the Origins episode opens up and it's Master Fu's like monologue. Oh,
Oh, okay.
sorry, no, not Master Fu's monologue. Nuru's monologue when he's talking to Hawkmoth, and she's like, "Long ago." Oh, sorry, he's like, "Long ago, there lived the miraculous." Blah blah blah, and like it's just kind of like a little montage, and a
Mhm.
little bit of exposition to just explain the history of the miraculous. This in itself, I don't know what this actually is. I think they're just dark forces, so it's not
Uh,
actually a holder.
oh, okay. Yeah. We'll just move this here then. Um, oh my gosh. What's their name? Why am I blanking out on this one?
Is it Sparrow? No, Sparrow.
No, I think
Night
Sparrow
Owl.
is, yeah, Night Owl. I think it's very interesting. It's pretty obviously a nod to Batman,
Yes.
which is pretty obvious. But I found it very weird that they had like this notion to hide their gender identity though.
I never
Uh,
understood why like I don't remember if they explained that, why they had to pretend to be men instead of
mhm.
women. I think that would have been an interesting concept to explore. Like maybe New York isn't that accepting of women superheroes, but they never. I don't remember them actually ever explaining why they hide their identities. Even um, Jessica, I forgot her
I think I
hero
think
form.
I think Jess was Sparrow, I think,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
So I was mixing it up. Yeah. Even yeah, Jessica, like Sparrow, like she presented as a guy. So
mhm,
I don't know, I'm very confused as to why they had to go down that route.
mhm.
But in terms of like Night Owl's design, yeah, I like the actual suit. I think it's cool, but it's nothing really special.
Yeah. Like because I'm sorry, Batman wears it better. Like I don't know, I kind of feel like the colors are a little bit clashing. Like I get it because owls are brown, but I kind of feel like the colors it kind of chose are kind of clashing a bit, from my perspective, as an artist. um I would probably put it in C. Like it's not bad, but it's at the same time it's a little bit weird that because I'm a little off the fence. Like I was confused why Barbara and Jess decided to hide their gender identity because like we have Majestia and make it clearly tell she's a woman, so I didn't really understand that, but I put Night Owl in C. How about you, G?
um, I would yeah, I'd put it in C as well.
Yeah, because it's pretty obvious Night Owl's a nod to Batman. It's pretty obvious. We can clearly tell. Um, yes, Queen Bee. Uh, is she she's done very questionable stuff.
This this might be an unpopular opinion or very controversial, but I actually put her in A.
Oh no, I don't blame you. Like her outfit is slay. She slays
Yes.
that. Like
Even I feel like her transformation sequence is one of the best, if not the best.
like I kind of like that. Like when she starts, she's like pollen buzz on, and then it zooms in onto her hair where the comb is. It's like
Even yes, even her music, her transformation music was so like I feel like everything about that transformation works. It might honestly just be one of my favorite transformations as well. And I like cool like okay, another unpopular opinion, even though Chloe like used the miraculous not for the right reasons, I like the formula they went with, like in season two, like Marinette picked three holders, but
mm-hmm,
one of them was accidental and she
mm-hmm,
wasn't meant to find the miraculous, but Chloe did find a miraculous. And I think the fact that Chloe's sort of redemption was anchored around becoming a hero because she idolizes Ladybug a lot. I actually really like that idea. I don't know why people dislike it, but I'm a big fan of it, and I'm pro Chloe redemption. I switched up because I was actually on the other side where I was like I actually prefer her damnation arc, but I'm pro Chloe redemption. I think um I really enjoy Style Queen and Queen Wasp, and even Malik the Tater in a sense.
mm-hmm,
Um, and I enjoy all the episodes where Chloe actually has the miraculous, especially Miraculous season
mm-hmm.
3. So
Yeah.
I'd put it in A, honestly. I'd put it in A. The only thing that's kind of like confusing to me is that Chloe meets Pollen, and that's a
Mm-hmm,
Kwame, but she's technically met Tiki already in season 1 when Marinette accidentally loses Tiki.
mm-hmm,
So she should know what a Kwame looks like, but I guess it's very minor. But I was just like, okay, I think any normal person would have been like, wait, I've seen something like this before.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like because like I think it's like I agree with you. I was pro Chloe redemption too, but it's because of Thomas's stroke. Just he just decided to do 180 because he hates Chloe's character. Um and stuff. But I do agree her transformation's lit. She just slays it. Like I also like the I also love the ability of immobilization. It just fits, with the bee because as you know in real life, bees when they sting you, some people can feel a little bit like, and they might feel a little bit immobilized when they get stung, so I think it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, like Chloe, as I said, it's because of Thomas's stroke. But yeah, I definitely agree. Chloe is Queen Bee is an A, even though Thomas's stroke wants us to hate her character so bad. Oh, I do not remember this hero. I believe it's in the New York one, but I don't remember them that much.
Oh, I don't think she's a hero. I
Oh,
think when I don't remember the akumatized victim's name in the New York special is Miraculonizer. She tur-
oh,
he turns the president into this person with superpowers. So she's not a
oh,
hero. She's just a random person with like superpowers under the influence of a miraculous akumatized victim.
oh. Oh, okay. Well, we'll probably not count it then. What about this one? I don't remember seeing this one either.
I don't know who he is either.
Okay. Should we count this concept or no? Because I think
Who's
that
that
was,
a concept of?
I think it's supposed to be Lady Dragon, I believe, from what I.
Um, nah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Ryuko. We'll scroll down to where she is on here. Oh
Okay,
my
I like
God.
Ryuko's new design. I think it works so well.
Yeah, like I kind of like the balance a bit more in her new version of her outfit because like it felt a little off in the old one. I was just like, how come there's no stripes of black and gold right on this leg of her outfit? It felt a little unbalanced, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, here there's like a great balance between black, gold, and red, and I think this works a lot better, you know, because especially when you look at her mask, she has the red, black, and gold on there,
yeah,
and this really reflects well in the new anime. She looks a lot better, and I kind of like they made this a little bit longer because when you look at like Long, was that the name of the Kwami for the Dragon Miraculous, I believe? I think it
long.
was, yeah. It felt a little bit weird that it was short when literally in the name of the Kwami is long. So at least it kind of reflects on the Kwami where it's like, okay, at least the horns look longer now, which I'm glad. Um, but how would you rate the way she uses her ability? I'm very curious, G.
I do like her introduction episode. I think the only issue is we didn't really get to see a transformation, which I'm
Mm,
confused why we didn't see a transformation sequence for her.
mm.
Um, Hopefully with the way season 6 has been going, we'll see that. She was very reckless in her introduction, and I think that's because she was trying to prove, like, seek validation from her mother. So I got what they were going with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, what is the power of the dragon? Is it the power of perfection?
I I don't quite remember. It could be because because you probably might have to look it up but it sounds right because I think in terms of like her personality, like the concept fits Kagami at the same time, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
because her mom expects her to be perfect, and I'm kind of like, I'm sorry, like if I was in the show, I would have told Kagami's mom, I'm sorry, there's no such thing as perfection. You can't expect people to be perfect all the time. Like, you're basically making her like she's a robot or something. you know? It's like, but I kind of feel that the concept fits Kagami because Kagami, like, remember she was so stoic and strict with herself. She had to discipline herself, you know. But then when she got to meet Marinette, she learned to loosen up, you know. But then her mom's like, "Oh, your friend is like such a bad influence on you." I'm like, "No, woman, you're just like you're the toxic one." If anything, but I kind of like that the dragon's ability is like the elements of water, lightning, and fire, I think. And I think that was very interesting. Um, you know,
Yeah. I do know. I completely agree with you. I do think the whole concept of perfection does suit Kagami's powers. Sorry, character. I just don't know how, wind dragon, water dragon, lightning dragon, and there is fire dragon, but we don't see that power. Um,
yeah.
kind of connects to that. But
Hmm.
I will always love characters with like elemental powers. So I'm not really gonna complain because I do love seeing her turn into wind and water and lightning. I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
So I think I'm gonna put her in A.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like A is like the perfect spot. Like her outfit improved a lot in the new animation, you know, and but at the same time, it would have been an S if she powers recklessly. As you said, her introduction debut episode was she was trying to prove something to her mom, but it's like, oh, it's like I get it because if you think about Asian culture, you like some people are stuck with parents that are so stuck in their ways, and it's an interesting representation in Miraculous. But yeah, I definitely put her in A um for that. All right, Eagle.
Um, gotta be honest, I don't know.
I kind of feel like the power is a little bit confusing to understand.
Yeah, I'm just confused. I don't know. I don't really think she's that memorable. I know there
Mhm,
are some criticisms because we talked about it in our episode on the specials. There were some
mhm.
criticisms about making a Native American represent the power of liberation or something like that. I just don't specifically know what that criticism was, so I don't want to misquote it and offend people. But there definitely was criticism because people thought it was like clumsy writing and it wasn't done to the best of its ability. I don't know. I don't know. But that aside, I just think the design is kind of and she's I don't know. There's nothing interesting about it. Like it's nothing that makes me think, oh, when I think of a superhero, I don't think of Eagle automatically. Like she's just not interesting for me.
Yeah, because as I said, when they revealed what the Eagle's power was, I'm like, and then when the akumatized villain used it, I was still confused how the power was used. I was like, huh? Yeah. I probably put it in D because, like, as you said, she's not really as memorable, you know? So yeah, I put her in D. I'm sorry. Like the power is just very it feels so convoluted to hear how the power works. And I never understood how the Eagles' power worked. How about you, G?
Me neither. I don't understand how the powers work. So I'd put it either in C or even D, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I put it in D because I don't understand the power of the eagle. I'm not sure what these two are. Sh
Um,
I
the
have
first one is from when Nuru was explaining the power of the miraculous. I don't know
uh
what the second one is from though.
okay, we'll probably just not rank those. Okay. This is probably is this in this book or is this just a sketch?
I have no idea. I don't know
Mm,
where the first one is, but the one next to it, I have seen that before. I just don't know where. That is Joan of Arc.
okay. Yeah, I'll probably just put this right here then, because I don't remember where I saw this one at all. But yeah, yeah, we could probably rank Joan of Arc because at least like it's like I guess it's like a spiritual manifestation. Is that the perfect way to explain how Marinette conjured her, I guess, through the
Yeah,
chromosomal?
it kind of felt like she was traveling through like I don't know. I felt like she summoned her memory.
Okay. Because I was like thinking, is it like a spiritual manifestation through her memory, I guess? Um, but I think Joan of Arc is an interesting previous holder of the ladybug because she was skilled in sword fighting, and then when she actually got to chat with the current holder of the ladybug, she could clearly see how different Marinette is to her because um, because I think Joan of Arc was, I think she wanted Marinette to be more reckless, but here's the thing: Marinette has shown her greatest weapon is to think of the plan. Because we don't really know how Joan of Arc used the yo-yo, right? Like we don't know if she's more of a sword fighter than using the yo-yo, or if she ever used the lucky charm. Like we don't really know, if you know what I mean. Um, I think like she kind of uses more of her sword art fighting skills, when she was fighting that other dude. Pretty much this dude. um, but I think she was like an appealing. I think like her outfit was pretty great too because it fit the era where she was from. So I'd probably give her like an A, I think. Because at least, she's like a previous holder we at least get some knowledge of, so I would put her in A.
I agree, actually.
Okay, awesome. Put her in A. Oh, this is Sparrow. As I said, I never really understood the concept of hiding her gender identity. Uh, but I have to say Sparrow's outfit looks a lot better than Night Owl's at least. That's something I could give it up to Jess. Um, and I kind of like how she kind of like knows how to skateboard at least too. That's like a skill that she utilizes when she's Sparrow, you know. It kind of gives me like Ninja Turtles, because especially I think it's like if I remember, isn't it like Michelangelo's the one who like skateboards the most out of the turtles, I think. Um, but But I have to say, I probably put her in B because the outfit makes up for it. Like as I said, hiding your gender identity, I have no idea why. But the outfit to me looks pretty cool, you know, like a lot better than Night Owl. What do you think, Chi?
Uh, I agree.
Yeah. The best I can give Sparrow is a B because like at least the colors work on her outfit. But at the same time, because at least she knows how to skateboard even when she's dressed as the sparrow. So definitely B. At least she has like an edge over like Night Owl. um oh, a previous cat holder. I'm not sure what they're wearing though. That one's a very tough one to figure out what
Yeah,
they're wearing.
yeah.
I probably
Hmm.
put it in D because I just don't understand what they're wearing, you know? Yeah, I put it in D. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, previous holder. I don't know what you're wearing. Um, this was a very snazzy one. Is this supposed to be like, oh my gosh,
I
it's
think
seen
she's
as
one of the previous Ladybug holders. We have seen her before in like I don't know where, but she's from the
mm, I have to say, in terms of just the outfit, I give it an A because the outfit looks pretty snazzy.
yeah.
Like it kind of looks like, you're on like a fashion show runway. She's like posing. or something. So I give it an A. Oh, okay. Is this supposed to be that one in I know I've seen this one. It's like the butterfly or
Yeah, that's Lady Butterfly from the upcoming Rio special.
okay. I guess we can just judge just by the outfit. I think I think she looks pretty good. I like the colors, the purples, the blues. It complements like I think she's white, right? Most of her outfits like white or
Yes.
silverish. I think it complements pretty well.
Yeah, I do prefer her previous design with her braids. I think that was a lot nicer. But I think overall, I think the Lady Butterfly outfit is okay. It is subject to change though, because that was released like 3 or 4 years ago. So
Hmm.
to be generous, I put her in B.
Yeah. And it's fitting. B for butterfly. Is this supposed to be from a for an upcoming one as well? I believe.
Yes, she's Lady Lion from the African special.
Oh, the African one. Gotcha. Okay, we can judge this one. I know I've seen it. Um, that's a lot of white. The- like because when you think of like because you said it's supposed to be African special, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't remember. Are there like white lions in Africa or
I have no idea.
because I'm kind of like whenever I think of like lions, I think of like like the the lions from the Lion King, like at least lighter color version, of course, in real life, but like those colors. But I don't know about the all white thing. Like it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if that fits like Africa, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where you kind of have to wait till it happens because you can't really tell just from a concept. Like it might be a hit or it might be a miss.
Hmm. Yeah, how would you rate this concept version until we actually get like an official version?
I really do like her hair. Maybe not the color of it, but I do like her hair. So I'd put it in A.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll probably put it in B as a neutral because as you said, it is subject to change. I just don't think the white, it's just like too much white, if you know what I mean. Like it needs to be balanced with other colors. Is this the one in Mexico one, the previous holder of the ladybug that we
Yeah.
were I think it's very interesting. It really does fit the Mexican theme. I like the balance of like the red and black because if you compare it to Marinette in her previous plane, this is so flashy. Um, I would give this like an A because it looks really pretty. Like I said, I love the balance of the red and black on this previous holder's outfit.
Yeah, I'd put it. Where did you put it? Did you say A or B?
Oh, I said A.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I think it suits this holder. I don't know her name, but yeah, I really like it.
Because at least this has great balance of red and black. Because whenever I think of a ladybug user, I want some balance between the two colors, and this does it very well. Um, I have no clue. We're probably not going to judge this because it's just a drawing and it's looks very unclear what this is. So, all right, let's do Viperion. All right, let me go to Viperion. Viperion has an old and new. Here he is. Ooh, okay. I kind of feel like the older one is like better in terms of like the in terms of the color balancing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the new one. I know a lot
You
of
think
people are, but I don't like it at all. There's something about it that just isn't. I don't like the design. Like, it's not even about the color. I just don't like the way the scales are going to the side.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels a little off, like, there's, like it feels unbalanced, you know? At least, like, the older one, there's balance. There's, like, balance right here, balance right here in the sides right here, and then balance right there. There's a lot more balance of color on the original outfit. Um, I kind of feel like if they wanted to make this, like, look better in the newer version, put more balance of colors because it kind of just feels like it's, like, mostly, like, greens and, this one at least had, like, blues, because that's literally Saz. Saz has, like, has this color, not this color, if you know what I mean. Um, so if you were to rate Luca, you know, despite our criticisms of the new version, how would you rate Viperion?
I think his hero introduction was actually mm, it was okay. I think most of it was taking away from the fact that Adrian kind of dominated the majority of that episode as Aspic.
Hmm.
But I do think Luca very much does embody like the concept of second chance and observing and knowing when to use the time miraculous.
Absolutely. Luca clearly shows he is the correct holder because he actually observes rather than he observes what's going on from afar, and then he has to make the decision, should I use this power now so we can try it again? At least, like I said, I you got to give props to Luca. He knows how to use his power wisely. He uses it in a responsible way where and just like Alia, he's well aware of the responsibility of given this power, if you know what I mean. Like, he's just like Alia in terms of, like, he's very responsible in using the power. He's not reckless with it. So I probably, in terms of it, I give him an A. Even though the new design is ick, gives you the ick. uh, but it also weighs, as I said, he uses his power responsibly. So I would put him in A for that matter.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like the new version of his outfit is just ick, but um but you gotta admit he's very responsible with his power, so we gotta give that to him. All right, Majestia. I think
Yeah,
she's supposed to be I think she's supposed to be like a reference to Superman, if I'm not
yeah, Superman or Wonder Woman. Honestly, I think I'd put her in the same category as Night Owl. I don't
wrong.
find her very interesting.
Yeah, I do agree because it's like because she had the nerve. Like, the thing that still irks me in the New York special was like she's like, "Hand over your thing that makes you transform." I'm like, "Woman?" I'm like, "Excuse me? What gives you the right to decide who gets to use their power? You did not choose those two." Like, that still irks me to this day. So yeah, I definitely agree. She's a C. Oh, this one, I like her outfit. The previous ladybug holder that I remember seeing this in the book. Um, I think this one's really cool. She looks very ninja-like too.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. Um, I don't know which period she's from, but I'll probably put her in B, just because we don't really know much about her.
Yeah, definitely a B. Like, her outfit is like she looks really great, you know. Ooh, okay. Carapace. Okay, let me go to Carapace with the I don't think not too much has changed from the old and new.
His boots are different,
Mhm.
and there's a lot more balance. There's a lot more like darker green balanced with
Mhm.
lighter green. I think that looks a way better.
Mhm.
And I don't think he has that like cape thingy because he has the hoodie, but it's not connected all the way to like his lower waist, like in the
Mm.
first one. And I think I
I
like that more.
see. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like you could say it's like minor differences, because when I looked at it, I was like, oh, he still looks fairly the same. I didn't notice until you mentioned it. You're like, his boots are different. I'm like, oh, you're right. And he has like a balance of dark gray. And so I'm like, yeah. I have to say, I feel like when I looked at Nino's debut, um I think the episode was very fitting because literally he had to prove to like Alya's older sister, pretty much who was the akumatized villain in that episode, that like I can protect Alya, you know? And I love his transformation sequence. It just feels like he's breakdancing, and that is so creative for a transformation sequence. Um, but yeah, I'd probably give him an S actually. Like, I think everything in the outfit just works, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
I love that the shell is on his back because I always felt it was weird when Master Fu turned to Jade Turtle, the shield thing was on his head. That part was a little weird. So at least this makes more sense, and I feel Carapace should be an S.
I agree. I think his hero introduction is one of the best.
Mhm. Yeah, and his breakdancing in the transformation is so memorable. Oh, okay, I think this is a concept of Queen Bee, if I remember correctly. I know it's a
Um,
I think it was.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, we'll not rate it. I think that's a concept of Queen Bee. I do not remember this person. Do you remember this person, G, or no?
Nope.
Okay. Um, I do not know this one. Is this like fan art? Because if it is, then I'm not gonna rank it.
I have no idea either. And I don't know
Um,
about the next one either.
okay. All right, let's do. Wait, is this supposed to be the fox and I think together? Yeah,
That's one
it's
of Multi Mouse's unifications. I just don't know which one.
oh, okay. So, mm, oh wait. This has the lady fox and mouse. Okay. Now I see it because there's the dots. Yeah, this one is the one with just Trix and Molo. Okay. Um
I like Multi Mouse. Like, I think it really did suit her, and I really love her transformation. It's really cute.
yeah, that one it kind of feels like she's more confident in that transformation. If you know what I mean? Like it just felt natural to her when she transformed with Molo. Um and I kind of like how her hair becomes like buns to make it look like a mouse. I think that was really clever. Um Yeah, I like the balance of like the gray, the pink, and the black. I think it's very balanced on her, and I like that the tail is like I think it's supposed to look like a jump rope, I believe, right? That's the weapon. It's like that grants the power of multitude. I kind of
Yeah,
I kind of feel like Marinette really she slayed that outfit for Multi Mouse. So I probably give her probably an A or an S. How about you, G?
I agree. I think I'd give her an A.
Because I would say she was very smart in using this power, because at least she's like, oh, if one of my duplicates gets captured, I still have other duplicates. And I think she was very responsible in using this power. Yeah, definitely an A. Um, do you want to just do Max next?
Yeah,
Okay,
I like Pegasus.
let me
Like,
just
I love Pegasus with all my
oh
heart. Like,
all right, let's go to Pegasus. Where's Pegasus? Here you are. I have to say, I love Max in either animation. His outfit, like his outfit and his hair are such great compliments. Um, and I kind of like how, like in the new one, his glasses come like full on covering the eyes.
Yeah.
I think he looks great. I I love the I actually love the balance of the browns, and the hair just complements it so well. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
agree. I wouldn't have minded if they kept his old style or his new design. Like both are truly really, really good.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say I give him an S because I
Same.
think they just did like minor changes, to his outfit in the new one, and it translates so well. So yeah, definitely an S with Pegasus. Do you want to skip the unifications?
Lady Dragon is my favorite unification. I'm putting her as S. Let's give
Oh
me just
yeah,
quick fire, rapid ones.
yeah, definitely S. Is
Wait,
it
who's
supposed to
that?
be? Yeah, I have no idea. I'll just.
Do
I don't remember this person either, so we'll just skip that one. I
you know
don't
who
know.
are these people?
Yeah, we'll just move the ones we don't know. Um, do you know this one, or that's probably look like fan art?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused on that too. I don't know if this is from the comics, but I have no idea who this is. Um, okay, let's do, I guess, King Monkey, I believe that's his name, right? King
Yeah.
Monkey. Okay, let's go. Okay, here is King Monkey right here.
What changed? Like they just flipped him upside down and thought we wouldn't notice.
Um, yeah, I kind of feel like they didn't change too much. I think they kind of gave him like added like shoulder, I don't know, arm pad right there because he didn't have it there. Mm. It kind of gives me like I think he looks all right. I don't think they need to change anything. I think it fits Kim
Yeah,
pretty
I do
well.
think his design, even though I don't really care too much for Kim, I think his design works for him, so they didn't need to change
Yeah.
anything.
All right. How would you where would you put him?
I'd put Kim probably an A.
Yeah. I would say A because his power is like basically I think it's to like mess with your enemy. Like it's kind of like it's like to oh my gosh. It's so hard to explain his ability. But I think, his power was useful in Party Crasher. So yeah, definitely an A. And his outfit works. I think this is supposed to be Lady B, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's an
Well,
interest. I think it looks interesting. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think Lady B was okay. Definitely not as iconic as Lady Dragon, so I'd put her in. Honestly, I like her design and I like her hair up in a high ponytail. I think that's the first time we've ever seen it that high. I'd put it in either A or B.
Yeah, I probably put it in B. Oh wait, what's this unification? Is this supposed to
That's
be?
Pegabug when
Oh,
she
Peg.
unifies the horse and the ladybug miraculous.
Hmm. I don't know how to feel about it because I kind of feel if I remember correctly, I hope I'm remembering this right. Didn't she have like very puffy like sleeve thing when she did that
Oh, that's
unification?
Pennybug. So she added the bunny miraculous, but this is
Oh,
Pegabug.
oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure. Thank you for correcting me. I think she looks okay. Like I wasn't really feeling it though. That's
Yeah,
just
out
my
of all of the ones, I'm just like, she looked fine in this one, but nothing really stood out for me.
yeah. I'd probably put her in C. Like I was like, oh, yeah. I'd probably put it in C. Like it's not bad or anything. Ah, yes, let's go to Vesperia. Vesperia, right here.
There's definitely more black. I don't know if I prefer her older style though, or her new style. I think they just inverted everything. Honestly, I don't think there's anything different. I think they just swapped everything that was black, they swapped it with yellow, and everything that was yellow, they swapped it with black. They literally just did a reverse.
Yeah. Um, but I think she looks great in both in either version. Like I kind of like. I remember I told you this, G. That the if you look at what do you call it, a wasp, you can clearly see the difference between a wasp and a bee. And I kind of like
Yeah.
how Vesperia is literally mean, because most people tend to mistake wasp and bees as the same thing, but I like how her outfit reflects that of a wasp. So, and a wasp, I think, has more black anyways. So I think this really works well for Zoe. Um, I think she looks great in both. As you said, like they just inverted the yellow and black from the original, you know. So I think she looks pretty. I think she looks pretty good. I would put her in A.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let me go put her in A. All right, Pigella. Let's go to her. Okay, I'm sorry. The ears don't work in her new animation. I prefer her ponytails because that's like an indication of like the how pig ears they tend to fold in on itself, I think. And I kind of feel like the hair did it better than actually having the pig ears itself. Um ye- yeah, but but I'll have to say in the new design, at least I like that you see more lines between the pink and white. I think that's like a nice addition. Meanwhile, it was only like on the bottom half in the old one. Um, I think that looks pretty good. Um, I kind of like in the new animation, she looks a little bit more majestic. Like I think I like the pinks that they used in here, but the ears is just it's bugging me. I'm sorry, the ears just don't work. I want the pigtails. If they would have kept the pigtails and gave her this bangs in the new one, then I think this outfit would have worked. But what do you think of the power of the pig? Do you think it's like it's only used for like specific, if you know what I mean?
I yeah, it's a very like specific scenario that you could ever use the power of the pig miraculous, and that's not a bad thing. But I feel like
Mm,
Rose wouldn't be called that often. I don't know. I feel like it would
yeah.
feel very circumstantial if they needed Rose.
Yeah, it's definitely circumstantial. It's kind of like what we said with the guy with the ability of the door portals, right? It's like as an everyday thing, he's not really useful, but for circumstantial stuff, which I do agree. But what do you think? Do you prefer the old outfit or the new one? I'm curious on your.
Um, I think both do suit her. Like, it's definitely something I could see Rose wearing. I personally don't like either of them. It's just like, but then again, it's just not something I would personally wear. I do prefer the old over the new because I think I think there's too much going on with the new. That's my issue with it. Like in this
Mm,
instance, I do think I get it's supposed to show Rose's like really wacky personality, but I think
mm,
in this case, too much is going on, and it's
mhm.
throwing me off everything.
Yeah, because at least like the old one isn't as busy because it's like I get what they were going for with her ribbon being tail, but like you already have a at the same time. So I do agree the new one is just way too busy. At least the old one wasn't as busy. And as I said, if they would have had these bangs and the ponytail in the new one, I wouldn't be having so much of an issue with it, if you know what I mean. Because I think the pigtails just fit better than the actual ears on her head. I'm sorry, I don't like the pig ears on Rose in the new one. I would probably put Pigella in probably in C, just like very similar, like we said with the guy with the door ability. Her power is more circumstantial. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This one I keep forgetting. Is it Capra Kid? I believe. Yeah, Capra Kid. Where's Capra Kid? Okay. Um, I actually like his new design because his episode, the episode The Ruler came out recently. And I have to say, the new one is a lot better than the old one. Um, Even though the hair color is wrong, but they actually got his hair color right in the episode. I know people notice this, but his hair is this color. So, um, but what did you think of Capra Kid?
I I honestly don't mind either of his designs. Actually,
Huh?
no. No. I like the outfit from his old more than his new, but I prefer his new hair style. The red was just off-putting with the gray and all of that.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like in the ruler it translates well. Like I see the balance when he transformed. Like the balance looks a lot better in the episode. I feel like but how would you? What do you think of the ability of the I think goat, right? I believe the
Yeah,
ability.
I'll be honest, I don't know too much about it because it just feels like the power of creation, but somebody did explain to me that it isn't creation, it's something else, but I kind of just don't, I still don't understand what his powers are and how they're different from Ladybug's powers.
Yeah, because it feels very similar, doesn't it? Like when you think about it, because I believe did you see the ruler, Chi?
I
Um,
did.
like did it feel very similar when he created something? It's like, yeah, that looks like creation to me. Um, I would probably put Capra Kid in probably B. Like his outfit is really nice. But I think the translation of the ability is a little bit weird to understand because it's very similar to creation. So yeah, what about you, G? Would you put it in B?
Yeah, I put it in B as well.
All right. Polymouse. Let me go to. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Polymouse. Where's Polymouse? Polymouse, where are you? Ah, here it is. The old and the new. um, the old one works, you know. But I think the new one, I think it's very interesting that her hair becomes like circles to mirror that of the ears. I think it's an interesting concept. Um,
I'm okay with either design. Yeah, they both, it's nothing much has changed, but I think that's a good thing because I think there was nothing wrong with her old design in the first place.
mhm. But as I said, I really like how they got clever and made her like hair make like circles because people do some women do their hair like that in reality. So I think it's like a nice extra touch to have her hair be to look like ears. I think that's very clever. She looks so playful in the new one. um I would definitely give her an A um in terms of it. What do you think, G?
Honestly, yeah, because I also like her episode as well. I think her episode well, not a lot of people like Mega Leech, but I think what Milen learned in that episode was pretty good. And I think it was a good introduction to her character or to her hero persona.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, her debut episode was interesting. Um, it was her and Ivan trying to think about the environment, Um, and then like Ladybug's like, well, you can always rely on help. Um, so yeah, definitely A. Oh wait, let me put it right there. Ooh, okay. Should we rank Rena for teeth?
Um, no, because I feel like it's just the same as Rena Rouge, but just for a different circumstance.
Okay. All right, let's go to Rooster Bold. Where's Rooster Bold? Here it is. Okay. I have to say, the new version looks really epic.
It does.
Um, like the way he poses, it's just like, dude is like ready for battle. Like, like I love the blacks and gold. It's like very nice contrast to his hair because this hair color in the old one just didn't seem to match with the old outfit, but here the color contrast is a lot better in the new one. Um, wasn't it, if I remember correctly, isn't the rooster's powers like you can grant any power you want or something like that? Um, I hope I'm remembering that right.
Oriko, I think the Kwame Oriko explains it, but like again, with Mark and Nathaniel's like powers, I mentally clocked out because I was generally really confused about what the purpose of the powers are. Because
Yeah.
Oriko explains that you can't have duplication of like you can't have another power that's the same as the other. Otherwise, that
Mhm.
would count as duplication, which
Mhm.
is already a power, well, multiplication. So I don't know what his powers are.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd probably put Rooster Bold in, since the new one is like a huge improvement from the old one, I would put him in B. Because the new outfit just saves it for me. Like I love the balance of the black, the gold, and then the red, like just hints of red. I think it looks a lot better on on Mark, if you know what I mean. Like how would
Yeah.
you rate? You put Rooster Bold in B?
I'd put it in B only because I don't understand what the idea behind it is.
Mhm. Um, should we rate this one? Because this is supposed to be another Jeremy. I
She's
mean,
not coming up. She's a scrapped concept, unfortunately. She
okay.
was supposed to be the London special
Uh,
hero.
I do not know. Is this fan art? I don't remember seeing this.
I have no idea.
Yeah. All right, let's do oh
Purple
my gosh.
Tigress.
Purple Tigress. Is she up here? Let me check. Aha, yes. Purple Tigress. Oh my gosh, the new one is a lot better. I'm saying that right now. The new one is like a huge improvement. Like I love the balance more of like, this fuchsia and the black and the gold, and her hair looks, I love this, the the tips of her hair. It makes her more like feral-ish because that's what tigers are. And I love the claws on her, like, I guess supposed to be boots, I guess. But I love this extra detail, like a huge improvement from the old one.
I think the old one was there was nothing wrong with the old one, but like seeing how much more they could have done in the new one just shows that okay, like they if they wanted to do more, they could. And I definitely do like the addition to what they've done because it doesn't look like it's too flashy. It doesn't look like they're doing too much with it. It feels just right, and her hair is awesome. The
Mm-hmm.
claws, the everything about the new design is just so great.
Yeah, like Like, don't get me wrong, I love the old outfit as well, but the new one, they just really amplified it, you know. And the cool thing about her new outfit is that it doesn't look busy. It may look like there's more detail on her outfit, but everything just comes together in this outfit. Um, like I also love the added like right here, if you notice on like underneath her eyes in her mask.
Yes.
I love that extra detail. It looks great. Um, I don't know if I don't like her power is very interesting. It just gives me One Punch Man vibes. Apparently, it's like One Punch Man. When I saw that episode in Crocodile, I was just like, "Is this One Punch Man?" Like that's what I got out of her power. Like I don't know if the concept really fits the power of the tiger, but I would probably put her in A, only because the only reason is because I just don't understand the concept fits with the power, if you know what I mean. Um, but how about you, G?
Um, yeah, okay, so her power is clout. And I don't actually know what that. Well, okay, so when she touches it, it just causes a mass disruption, I guess. But I guess that could just basically be a variation of the power of destruction.
Yeah. Because that part confused me when I saw the episode, because someone said, "Oh, if you watch it, there's like a mistranslation in English that it's not this, but it's that." I'm like, uh, uh, yeah, that's why the concept really like I did understand what the concept was, but all I got was like when she used the power, it just looked like One Punch Man. um, but yeah, I definitely give her an A because the new version just really like I kind of feel like her new outfit also gives her more confidence, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Um like when you look at her new look, she's a lot more confident. Like she's not as shy as she used to be. So I think that really shows her evolution growth from because she was always too shy to say what was on her mind, but now she's like a lot more confident. And I think this change in the outfit really amplifies her growth as a character, you know? Oh yeah, this is just another variation. Should we just rate adult Alex or present Alex?
we can rate adult Alex because present Alex does become adult Alex, so they're basically the same person. Does
Okay.
Alex's outfit even change?
I
I
don't
don't think she
think
has a new one. That's sad because she's just stuck in the burrow.
I don't even see it. Like I know there was like a render of her. It's not in this tweet. It's not in this tweet. Oh no. Okay, yeah, it's not in this tweet. Darn, okay. Yeah, it's probably because the outfit probably didn't change for like present Alex. So I guess we'll rate adult Alex because she's kind of the one that does more the prominent role than the
Yeah,
present role. So yeah, we'll do adult Alex. I have to say, I think her outfit's pretty snazzy.
I like
Um,
it. Yeah,
like I love the balance of the blue and the white. Um, you know, and I kind of like her bunny ears, very adorable. I kind of like that her weapon is an umbrella. I never thought that like when you have like a time travel ability, like a time ability that you umbrella. I think it's an interesting like the way like the way she fights is so interesting too. Um but yeah, I think like adult Alex, like of course she's a little bit more wild at least. Um and she gives like her input and I kind of like how she literally said to Marinette, like the reason you chose me is because I know how to keep a secret. And I think that's very important because um, literally, I think in Cat Blanc, when Ladybug asked her, it's like when you stop using the power, do you forget what you see? And she's like, what has been seen can't be unseen. Um, and I kind of like how Marinette as Ladybug is like, oh, does that mean you know who Hawkmoth is? And she's like, even if I did, I couldn't tell you. There's a time and place for everything. She's like, and that's why you chose me because I know how to keep a secret. And that's actually true. You know, like adult Alex never reveals anything that she sees. Um, and I think her ability, it's like I had to say adult Alex is very responsible with the power because if you have a power like time, that can be very dangerous to be tampering. And adult Alex is at least more mature to know that I've given this responsibility to be the time guard pretty much. And isn't it, I think she's only called upon of the hero last chance, I think. That's what adult Alex said. She's like, oh, I'm only called upon if all the other heroes fail, especially you, Ladybug. Like I kind of like how she poke jabs at them. It's like, yeah, I'm the hero of the last chance. um, but I have to say, she does her role very like she's very mature. She powers responsibly. I don't remember seeing her being reckless with it, so I definitely give her probably an A or an S because like I said, her outfit works and she's very responsible with the time power ability. How about you, Chi?
I agree. I put her in either A or S. A, S, A. Which one?
Maybe we'll go with S because at least, she is like Alia, very responsible with her power. Like she just doesn't use it recklessly. So I would say let's go with S. Like
Yeah.
her outfit works and she's very responsible with using the power. So we'll just move this here because we don't should we do this one where she I guess well oh my
Wait, who is
gosh.
it?
This one? That's when Alex uses the dog miraculous. Um,
Oh,
Canny
um,
Girl? I don't know. Canny Girl.
Canine
Like,
Girl. I
it's a
haven't.
weird name. I'm just
I
like, oh,
completely forgot she had the Dog Miraculous for like a one episode, and Evolution is one of
yeah,
my favorite episodes as well. I
yeah,
wouldn't because I feel like it's very forgettable.
yeah. I put it in D because, like, unless if you rewatch Evolution, because even Alex was confused. Like, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to have the rabbit. Well, Monarch stole the power of the rabbit. You're gonna use the dog for the time being. Um, but should we rank this one or
Nah, we could put it in D.
okay, D. Um, should we
That's
rank the uniform?
Granny. Is that Granny Annex? Oh, is that? Sorry, I can't really see from here. Is that her
This
unifying the dog and the bunny?
yeah, the dog and the bunny.
See, I don't even remember she did that. That's insane. I'm starting to remember a bunch of stuff from season 5. Sorry, starting to forget a bunch of stuff from season 5. We don't have to rank this one honestly because we've ranked the bunny, we've ranked the dog, so bunny and the dog will just be somewhere in the middle. And it's like what 2 minutes out of the entire episode. It's very
Yeah.
forgettable.
Put it in D or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
Catwalker.
Catwalker. I find it very interesting. I like the balance between the gold and the black.
Me
It's
too.
an it like because gold and black go together. If you're wearing like clothes and stuff, you can pair black with gold. I think this really works. Like I love the accents of the gold. I'm not sure about the hair though, but I guess it makes Adrian unrecognizable at least. Like I'll give it that. Like like if I were to look at it, if I was any of the characters in the show, I wouldn't even know that was. So at least this really disguises Adrian a lot better than, when he was Cat Noir. I'll give
Yeah,
it that.
I do like his episode. I do like. Well, now that I'm looking like retrospectively looking at all the episodes, I think Kuruneko is kind of it has its major flaws. But
Mm,
I do like for what it's worth, I do like what they try to do with um, Adrian's character, and I think Cat Walker is a great embodiment of Adrian trying to put up an image of somebody that isn't really fully him.
mhm.
I put
Ex
Cat Walker in B because I
mhm.
like you said I don't like the hair. I think the green is ugly. I don't mind
Yeah.
the ponytail, but I don't know why he picked green of all colors. I think it just threw me off.
Because, like, at least, if you're gonna be a superhero, at least get your hair changed so people wouldn't immediately recognize you. At least that's something Cat Walker does because, like, whoa, I didn't know Adrian with a ponytail looks interesting. I like, as I said, if I was Joe, I wouldn't even recognize. So I have to say, good on the disguise of changing the hair very, very drastically to be able to not tell that's Adrian. But, oh my gosh, I forgot this guy's name.
Oh, that's Dark Grimalkin.
Mm,
He's the previous holder of the cat Miraculous and was the lover of Joan of Arc. They were on opposite sides before they fell in love.
that that part was heartbreaking when I watched that episode. It's like, "Oh, no." Like, because it literally made Marinette so nervous, and she's like, "Is there a chance for me and Cat Noir to be together?" Because and then it's like the answer is so unclear because like that makes Marinette so nervous that like, "Oh no, I don't even know if I can have a future with this guy," because like, you know, um we don't really know if Joan of Arc, if Joan and what Grim Hall, right?
Grimalkin?
I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Grimhalkin, I think?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We don't know if they had a happy ending because they know they both relinquished their respective miraculous and then they tried to flee and it's like, no, don't leave us at a cliffhanger. Did they live? Did they live happily ever after? Um, I don't even remember what his outfit looked like. Was he wearing more of like a full on like oh my gosh, I don't even
I think it was
remember.
armory because Joan of Arc's outfit was armory, and you have to remember that they were during a time where England and France were fighting each other, but they were being like manipulated by their respective leaders or governments or whatever. So I
Mhm.
think that was a time where the military and the monarchy was quite influential. So I think that influences the way their outfits look. So they were wearing quite you know strong armor.
Oh, okay. I think it works,
I do too.
for the time period. So yeah, I definitely probably put him in A, I would say. I think his outfit just works. They had a tragic love story, so like it's so sad for them. Um oh yeah, Felix is using the dog. I don't even remember his name. He was using the dog.
Same. What was
Um
it? That's
yeah,
insane. I
I
can't
do
remember.
not. Um, I say it's quite interesting. I don't know if like, I don't know. I feel like the outfit's all right, but it's pretty obvious he was not the correct holder for the dog. Um, yeah, he decided to use the dog power to basically make a bargain with Gabriel, and that made me feel so bad for Marinette. That was like a tough blow, and she's like, and I thought I trusted him. I thought he was Adrian. I'm like, it's like if anyone in her shoes, they would mistake Felix for Adrian too. Because they literally look like they literally are like twins. Unless if Felix like did his hair exactly like Adrian, yeah, you wouldn't be tell unless the behavior and attitude came out. Um, I would say I probably put him in C because he pretty much made a deal with the enemy. Um, and that made Ladybug hate him for the time being.
I in B because I feel like he quite and I remember his name. His name is Flamidable. um, he quite quickly grasped the powers of the dog Miraculous, and that's why he was able to outsmart Ladybug.
Mm-hmm.
So for that alone, I'd put him a little bit higher. But his outfit, I don't care too much for his outfit. I think it's just a normal outfit. Like it's nothing bad. It's just I don't. Yeah, and his name is weird, Flammidable. Like where did that come from?
I'm kind of like, at least come up with a regular dog name. I don't think that's the name of a dog breed, to my knowledge. Um, but I guess I'll put it in B. I'm neutral, but I just hate how he made feel like it made her go into like a panic, you know, of basically losing her trust and stuff. Oh, the hot dog dude. Oh,
I don't think we can rank him because he doesn't. Like his powers are just making magic hot dogs, and that's it. Cool, but and he gave us the Adrianette Moonlight dance. So I'm forever grateful for him.
maybe let's give it a C.
Put it a C. Yeah.
Like we'll give him that. Like, okay, at least he put one of the abilities for to fly to float in the air and give us that infamous Agent moment. Okay, it bumps from a D to a C at least. um, okay. Um, what is this? Kitty Noir?
Kitty Noir.
That's Zoe, right?
Yeah. I do not like the outfit at all. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone can convince me to like it. I don't like the green and the purple. No, it's too many opposite colors clashing.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, where does the purple come in? I was like, from when I remember, Plague was like all black and has green eyes. Where's the purple come in? I'm sorry. I would say D. Wouldn't you agree? It's a D.
Uh, I don't even know. I can't even remember why. Like she picked why Plague picked her to be the replacement Black Cat holder. Nothing about Zoe gives off the power of destruction.
Yeah, I would say D. For Kitty Noir. Oh yes, Minotaur. I guess. I think that's his name. It should say here in this team.
Minotaur.
I can never pronounce that. Okay. I have to say the new outfit looks a lot better. I like the hood.
Agreed.
I like the hood and then the horns coming out of the hood. I think that's a lot better. And the hood is like a way to hide his identity. Um, and I gotta say, his transformation sequence in El Toro de Paella, for those who haven't watched it, that's his transformation debut. I have to say, it was pretty slick.
It
I
was.
I liked it, and I like that his weapon is like a hammer, um, and stuff. And I think the power is very cool because especially if you're dealing with like powerful like Akuma-sized villains, his power can come very handy. Like, and here's a little bit of spoiler for those who haven't watched El Toro de Paella. I kind of like that song montage where Minotaur, Cat Noir, and Ladybug are like fighting El Toro de Paella. Like you can clearly see his ability is very useful when dealing with very powerful Akumatized villains. Um, wouldn't she say so, G?
Yes, I think I would put him in S because I think El Toro de Piedra was a really, really good episode for him. I think
Mm-hmm.
his first hero introduction episode didn't do him justice, Penalty, because he was kind of
Yeah.
like merged in with four other heroes introduced in that episode, or three other heroes. But I think everything about the Bull Miraculous makes sense. Like the concept behind it, the
Mm-hmm.
lesson in the episode El Toro, the design, Ivan being a bull miraculous holder and just being a miraculous holder in general comes very full circle because he was the first person to be akumatized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an S for me, and that's crazy because I didn't care too much for Ivan for like the longest
Mm-hmm.
time. I feel like he was just kind of there, but the latest episode really did make me start to care for him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like Like El Toro de Paella episode really did him justice. Like you can clearly see his struggle of like he says he loves his dad, but the fact that his dad still is thinking about committing a heist, right? And you can see that struggle in him and everything. Ivan as Minotaur is just great. Like his new outfit, come on. That new outfit is just great. Everything just complements and it's not busy either when you look about it. Like you see like some dark grays right there, and then you see like regular mid gray, and then there's like that. Like everything just fits together, and I like the hints of yellow. That like the whole outfit just comes together in the new one.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Miss Hound. Let me. Okay, I have to say her new one in the new animation's way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Way better than the old one. Because when I see this, that's a weird style for the hat. Like, um, it felt very off to me when I first saw it. Because I was like, don't get me wrong, this is really cool that she has like something that kind of feels like you're wearing a jumper. Like she's kind of wearing like a jumper a bit. Um, but it just felt a little bit weird with the hat, and like the hat just really killed it for me. Like it just looked a little off. But here when you look at it, I like the complements of like the orange and the black and the white, and there's like a lot better balance in the new one.
Yeah, I agree. I think her new design is way better. It feels more, I don't know, it suits her more. Um, yeah.
Mhm.
And I like her reintroduction for the hero episode. Daddy
Mhm.
Cop. I think it was a really great Sabrina character episode. So I would put her in A.
Mhm. Yeah, an A. Like because the new outfit just really works, you know. It, even though you find that title of the episode and the villain name a little weird and cringe. um, but yeah, I definitely. Oh yeah, here's Pegabug. Yeah, this is a little off to me. I'm sorry. I don't like that weird bulkiness in her, like where like it kind of
Yeah,
feels like
some people hate it, some people love it. It's definitely one of her transformations where like has caused a lot of divide in the fandom. I like the hair, like the blue tips, the light blue tips on the hair. Everything else,
a
absolutely not.
yeah. Like it's kind of like the hair works, but it's like the whole outfit itself does not come together, I'm sorry. Like, when I first saw that, I was like, "Why does she have puffy sleeve?" That's weird, it kinda feels like she's a princess or something. Kinda like, when you're looking at, like, Princess Peach, you know how she has, like, those poofy, sleeve things? It kinda feels like that when I'm looking at Pegabug, I'm sorry. I put her in D because that outfit just doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those who like this outfit. Wouldn't you agree, G?
Yeah, I agree.
It's just cringe when I look at it. All right. Rabbit Noir. I think I like the accents of the blue. I think it really adds something, to Cat Noir. Um, I think that I like the accents of the blues. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I do too. I think Bunny Noir was yeah, I can't hate it. I think it was really adorable.
Mhm.
And he
Like,
did
I
well
like
with
the
the Time
accents of the
Miraculous.
yeah. I think what's interesting is that, I feel like the Rabbit Miraculous have to be precise, and I feel, Adrian has, experience with that because literally that's literally the same thing when he has to use the power of the Black Cat for destruction because he had to be precise. And I feel Adrian was the right person to use that one. Which is ironic to say because I know we were like saying that Adrian as pick was very, very reckless with second chance. But here, he actually redeemed himself with the rabbit. And the rabbit, you need to be accurate because that's a time miraculous as well. But I have to say, I would put him in A. He was actually he was actually responsible with it, which is ironic. um, wouldn't you say so, G?
Yes, I completely agree with you.
Like it's so interesting that Adrian literally had to deal with both time miraculous, but he was more responsible with the rabbit. Very interesting. Um, and then this should be the last one. Oh my god, why am I blanking out on
Scarabella.
Scarabella? I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. Is that a headband thing or bandana?
I,
I don't really. I don't know how to feel about that because
I don't know if it is either. I do like her hair.
yeah, her hair looks nice.
And I like her outfit as well. I think her outfit's pretty cool as
Mhm.
Ladybug.
Yeah, like her outfit works, but I just don't know about that thing on her hair. Like, um, yeah, that thing on her hair. I don't know. Is that a bandana? I don't know what you call it. I know us women we
It's
wear those.
probably like a scarf, but you know, some like people use scarves as like a fashion accessory on their hair. Um,
Mhm.
and I think I don't know. I don't know if it works here, but yeah, or a headband. It's probably a headband.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that headband. Like all the rest of her outfit works, but I'm just like the headband just throws me off. Like I'm sorry for those who are fans of the headband on Scarabella. I don't know. It just feels a little weird. Yeah, like if you know what I mean. Like I don't know if it really fits for her to have a headband with the outfit that she's wearing. But I probably give her an A because at least the rest of the outfit works. You know, it's just the headband, it just throws me off. How about you, G?
I I think after the head, like other than the headband, I think I really like her outfit, and I think I like the idea of her like taking over, uh, being like a replacement ladybug for the day.
Hmm.
So I put her an A as well.
Yeah. And looks like we are done. Yeah, all these other ones, I'm sorry. Um, but yeah. Um, I think this is a pretty solid tier list we made, G.
I agree. There's not too many in S, but we can't put everything in S. There's a
Yeah,
lot in A,
yeah,
quite a
because
number in B as well.
mhm. Yeah, because we gotta keep in mind of like the outfits, in regards if their outfits got better or worse in the new animation compared to the old, and then the way, some of them use their powers if they're reckless with it. So, that also kind of played into it. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I want to thank you, G, for doing this tier list with me.
Thank you for
If you're
having me.
Yeah, I'll definitely post this on my socials so you guys can see our final results for the tier list for ranking the Miraculous Heroes. And of course, I am going to be um saying what's coming up on what's coming up. All right, tomorrow is the Team Serenity 1 anniversary Twitter space where I am joined by my BFFs Andrew HVA and Doom the Main Queen. And basically, you guys can ask us questions. Just be sure they're kid friendly. We will not answer any questions that are teen or adult rated, please. So please keep the questions to kid friendly stuff. And that will be at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET on my Twitter. Then on Wednesday, May 14th at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET is the next episode of Goddess Spotlight with Liaserenityrose, episode 35, where I will be doing a Q&A with Emsberry about them and their content. And she is a popular Sonic VTuber, so if you want to ask her questions, here's your chance. And of course, it's at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET. Then on Sunday is At 1 p.m. PT, 4 p.m. ET is Guess Everything Super Mario through email. And two of my buddies, Andrew HBA and Kenny, will be facing each other and guessing everything Super Mario. And there we're gonna see who can guess the emoji sets the fastest. Then on next Monday, May 19th at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET is a Scooby Doo Where Are You Twitter space. Um Scooby Doo is another favorite cartoon franchise of mine, and it's a childhood that I will always forever love that. Um, I will forever love that dog. Then on next Wednesday, May 21st at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET is Team Sonic Racing Overdrive Twitter space. And that we will be talking about just the Team Sonic Racing Overdrive animation and talk about our favorites in the 2 episode animation. And that is at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET. And next Thursday, May 22nd at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET is 90 Network Cartoons Twitter space. So I will be discussing about the 90s Cartoon Network shows and why they're nostalgic to me. So yeah, I'm hosting Twitter Spaces here. If you want to tune in to any of those, I hope to hear on my Twitter and of course my live streams. And of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification for upcoming live streams. And of course, huge shout out, of course, to my buddy G here for doing this live stream. And of course, I'll see you guys tomorrow in my Twitter space tomorrow with Team Serenity. Bye.
Bye, everyone.